No.
Should I just keep chasing pavements?
Yes.
It leads nowhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Unique. And of course. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Unique. Of course. Literally, like, why are you smoking a cigarette at 3 o'clock in the morning? Interrupting my video time. Now I can't talk. Now I have to wait till I go inside. Why are you doing this to me? I look like a psychopath already with all this stuff on my porch. And she's just... Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Unique. So, I'm just out here, honestly. This is where I chill, outside on my porch. Previously inside my car, you know, the winter months. But, yep, the weather has finally decided to let up on us, you know? And now we can go outside. Hopefully it doesn't snow again. You can't even put anything past what's going on at this point, so... But anyway, so I'm out on the porch just doing my thing, you know, doing my thing as I do, you know. When I do, I tend to think a lot. And I already tend to think a lot because I'm a Libra. So I'm always constantly up in my head just thinking about different things, life, things I've been through, things in the past, things I want in the future. And basically, it feels like I'm trying to solve a problem and I can't quite solve it. I can't quite get all of the pieces together to make them fit. I don't know. It's like, I don't even know what question I'm trying to answer. I guess what makes me happy, I guess. Trying to find a way to fulfill or reach happiness in a way, but not just so happiness, but just like, I don't know, like what everyone wants, you know? Like when you think of the perfect life, what you would imagine that life being. I guess I'm trying to figure out how to get there, but I don't quite know how. And it's not even so much about how to get there, but it's the steps in between to get there. Like I know my goal, I know what I want, in a sense, you know? But it's how do I get there? That's the thing. And I've been setting certain things in motion, and I've been just reviewing my life and just thinking about different things and things I've learned from the past, what I could have done differently, what I'd like to change. And it's kind of just redirecting me and making me think in a different way, which will ultimately be better for me, and I know will help me go towards that ultimate goal. I think it's just a normal part of, you know, young adulthood, being in your 20s, you know, you're just trying to figure things out, get to know yourself a little bit more, you know. That's basically what your 20s are for. Now that I'm looking back, not in my 30s, don't go there, okay? Don't no. But looking back, now I'm realizing those times when I was like 18, 19, 20, those are the times to have fun, to learn what you like, learn what you dislike, learn what you won't tolerate, set boundaries. And yeah, you just learn a lot of things looking back and reviewing what you did do and what you did not do. So, mosquito. Oh, that's not no mosquitoes. My leg is going numb. Oh my. Okay. I'm very weird, okay? Like, I'm weird. So I came up with a list of 10 life-changing things I've learned so far. I'm not too sure if that's what I'm gonna name this video, but that's basically the gist of what I came up with, or what this video will be about. I don't know if you guys will agree, or if you've came to these realizations so far. I basically have it here on my phone, and it just popped into my head, why don't you just like record this instead of just like keeping it to yourself and you constantly just thinking about these things and adding to the list of things you're realizing. Why don't you just put it forth and have a discussion, hopefully, or maybe someone feels the same way I do or has came to the same realizations I have. So it'd be cool if you guys are on the same wavelength as me, you know? So where do I start? Life, you know? life happens, and when it happens, it just happens. Like, we just come into this world and we just do what we're told because we know no better, right? You know, we come into this world and we really don't even know what we're doing at all. We're completely a blank slate. Our parents, they grow us up, they teach us what to do, what not to do. Society puts their certain rules and regulations on what we can do and what we can't do, you know, social norms, right? And we tend to just get sucked into that, and we tend to just go along with what's already been laid out for us instead of us drudging and trying to create our own path, our own way. Most people do not step out of, you know, the box. That's what I've came to realize. Most people go along with the flock. You know what I mean? It takes a special person to want to think differently, do differently. That's so crazy. See, I get, you know, I get stuck in my head and I start going off and thinking. I was thinking about YouTube at first, like what videos I want to put out, what videos I already have, and what I need to edit. And sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy today, so sorry about that, guys. And what I need to do, and the fact that for so long I've wanted to do YouTube. Since I discovered YouTube, I've wanted to do YouTube. And for a long time, I put off not even starting. I just watch other people. And then one day I actually posted my first video, which I have on private. I posted my first video, and instead of continuing to go, I just gave up, you know? I just like let it go. I'm like, I can't do this, you know, I can't do that. I just privated the video. I just left it at that. Continued to watch other people make content, and once in a while I get that willpower, you know, to start up again, and then the willpower to just go. And I never really understood why, you know, and then it just like hit me like just the other day, like, because for the longest in 2020 I've been thinking about, actually since 2019 when I posted those videos, I was really into YouTube, and then I just lost my willpower to continue to do it. And then now 2020, I'm seeing a pattern in my behavior, you know, like, Unique, what are you doing? Like, if you do not do, you will not receive, period. Like, if you do not put in the effort and the work forth into something, or at least attempt to do that thing, you will not succeed at all. So what would you rather? Would you rather say you tried and it didn't work, and you've learned your lessons and what not to do and what to do, and you can actually attack it better and go at it harder and actually get to your goal? Or do you want to just sit back and say, well, I can't do it, so I'm just not going to do it, and that's just fine? No, well, you're going to fail on that end, but on this end, you have a fighting chance to succeed. And that's what I realized. Either way, if YouTube goes well or not, I'm building memories, a video book of memories that I can look back on when I'm a little bit older, when I'm 40, when I'm 60, when I'm 80, and see, well, dang, Unique, you're a little bit too hard on yourself. Well, dang, Unique, you know, you shouldn't have done that, but you learned such a good lesson from that, and I'm glad it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see how it progressed through life, and I hope you guys join me and watch, and I can grow with you, you guys can grow with me, we can help each other through, you know, like, just life, because everyone goes through things, everyone's trying to figure things out. Like, we just came up on this earth, we didn't know nothing, we didn't even know who we were, and we still are trying to figure out who we are. So, you know, like, let's help each other, let's try to figure this out together, you know. Now, you see, that was such a long ramble, and I didn't even get to the video. I just like go off like that and I start thinking, so I was like, let me film this. I hope you guys are like still with me. Okay. So I came up with a list of 10 life-changing things I've learned so far. I'm not too sure if that's what I'm going to name this video, but that's basically the gist of what I'll be talking about. So I'm going to run through them quickly, try to give a little bit of an explanation, and yeah, let's go. Number 1, procrastination is a hindrance of goals. I'm pretty sure we all know that procrastinating is going to hinder you from getting to your goals, or at least slow you down from getting to your goals. Like I said with this YouTube thing, if I had stuck to it, not procrastinated, not gave every excuse after excuse as to why I shouldn't, then I'd probably be a lot further than I am today. I wouldn't just be starting out, actually have roots down, you know? I wouldn't just be a little seedling just waiting to burst out. I'd have roots. So through anything, procrastination will hinder you, and procrastination actually gives you anxiety, which is something I realized. For the longest time, I'd procrastinate. Like, I'm big on procrastination completely. Throughout school, I'd leave everything till the last minute. I leave my studying almost till the last minute, and I did that out of fear. And I think most procrastinations are out of fear. Like, especially if it's related to a goal. You know what I mean? Yes. Especially when it's related to a goal. I feel like that's when procrastination comes in, because you think of what you do have, what you don't have, and you're weighing that in your head. And it's just like, stop all the weighing, just go, just do. I've gone to the point now where, like, procrastinating literally gives me anxiety, because that's all I can think about. While I'm avoiding doing something, all I can think about is that thing that I am avoiding doing, if that makes sense. So it's like, I'm avoiding it, but I'm not avoiding it because it's in my head, and that's all I can think about. So now it's to the point where it gives me anxiety, and now that anxiety is pushing me to go do that thing, because it's just like, why would I put myself in a state of anxiety and constant thinking about that thing I have to go do that I'm trying to put off for another hour or another 15 minutes when I can just go do it now and have my mind be free. So now I'm just doing instead of avoiding. Because honestly, that's how you get to places in life. That's how you get ahead, when you actually do, not when you avoid, not when you put off. You got to do. So procrastination is a hindrance to your goals. Yes. Okay, let's go on to number 2. I hope you guys are like vibing with me. So number 2, potential is like a seed. Potential, honestly, is like a seed. You plant a seed in the dirt. Okay, let's say, I love mangoes. I love mangoes, right? And let's say I have a mango seed. That's a big old seed, but I love mangoes, so we're just going to use that example. So you have a mango seed, and you know mango trees are very, very big trees, right? So within that mango seed that you have in your hand, there is so much potential, so much life to be lived, so much things to be seen, because I humanize things and I think trees have life. So many things to see, so many fruits to bear, after cycle, after season, after season, after season, all within that one seed. That's your potential. So now the potential is within you. And it's your job and your duty to water that potential, to give it all that it needs to grow and become that big mango tree that is capable of so much. Because if you surround yourself with the negative people, negative self-talk, unpositive affirmations, if you do not hold yourself to a certain standard where you're like, anything I put my mind to, I can do, you will never, ever live up to your full potential. So understand, you are the seed, and within you there's potential. Number 3, not making a decision is making a decision. I tell my mom that all the time. Hopefully she don't get mad at me for saying that. But I tell my mom that all the time. Not making a decision is making a decision. You deciding to sit still and stagnant is making a decision to stay still and stagnant. You cannot move if you don't make a decision, right? But at the end of the day, you are moving because you're standing firm in whichever side you're at, on the good side or the bad side in relation to making that decision, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you move furniture. You work for a furniture store and you help deliver the furniture and bring it upstairs and all that stuff like that. So let's say you work for a furniture store and you got that job like straight out of high school. And it's a good paying job and you start to become comfortable in that job. You work it for 5 years, going on 6 years, and man, the pain is getting to you, right? All that lifting, all that pushing, going up and down and this and that, constant on your back, you know? And you start to notice, like, yo, my back's not the same. I'm constantly in pain. Like, I can't do this no more. I'm going on 24, 25, 26, however it may be. And it's just like, you know, like, I can't do this until I'm 50. Like, I can't do this until I'm 60, you know? There gotta be better. But you're scared. You're scared to move forward. You're scared to put your foot out there and step out there. You don't even know what you want to step into, much less. So it's just like you stay in your comfortability where you're comfortable. And that is no good, because not making a decision is making a decision. You deciding not to move is keeping you where you are. So you need to make a decision, good or bad. Make a decision, because I'm sure when you're 80 and you look back, even if it's like the most left or right decision, if you go left or right, it'll ruin your life. I bet, or not ruin your life, but it will significantly change your life. I'm sure when you're 80 and you look back on yourself and say, you know what, even though I went down that wrong road, I learned something. Or, I'm so glad I took this path. I made the right decision. Either way, you're winning. But when you just sit there and you don't make any kind of decision at all, what exactly are you learning? You're learning to just sit there and be scared to move, to make a decision. I've learned in life that cannot work. It just can't. That's not how you succeed. That's not how you set goals. You gotta move. Make a decision. Let's go on. I get riled up. You can tell when I talk about things like this. Can you imagine that being like in my head? I'm just like thinking. I like this much better. I like talking to you guys much better. Okay, so number 4. Sometimes the worst happens to us for a good. Have you noticed that the people that are the most successful have stories, some terrible stories of what they've been through? And through their pain, their sorrow, they're able to take that and turn it into something so amazing and rise up like a phoenix. You know? Rise up like a phoenix out of their troubles, their worries, and use all of that to guide them into something so amazing, something to the point where you couldn't even imagine. If you saw them at their lowest, you couldn't even imagine them at their highest. That's where they came from. That's the difference. They've used the bad to transition to something good, not only for themselves, but for other people. Because if you've noticed, people who have been through things, they don't just take their story and they don't just put that story down. They use that story to inspire, to uplift, and to help other people through the struggle that they've been through. Sometimes struggle is a testimony. Sometimes, I believe, some things happen to us, even the things that are not so good, even the things that are bad. Sometimes they happen to us to teach us, to make us look at life in a different way. Because if we all had the same experiences, all good experiences, what could we learn? How could we really grow? You understand what I mean? You have to have the good mixed with the bad to learn. But the bad, ultimately, I think, changes us ultimately for the better. Yes. And that leads us into number 5. And number 5 is your past doesn't have to be your present. And that's the truest thing. Like I just said, like, look at someone like Oprah. Like, we constantly hear about her story as a child, you know, a very sad story. You know, look into it if you haven't heard, but very sad story how she grew up and what she's been through. But she didn't let that hold her down. Some people would, man, it's hard because, you know, it's life. Some people would let that be their downfall. Some people wouldn't be able to see past that, you know? But it takes a strong person and a person who's able to understand that their past does not have to be their future. It takes a strong person to be able to rise above what they've been through, rise above what other people think, rise above even your own misperceptions about your own self and your holdbacks about your own self. It takes a strong person to be able to rise up. And once you understand that your past, no matter what you've been through, as long as you have life, you have hope. So no matter what you've been through, you can rise above it. And especially when you get people around you who have the same mindset, they're positive and speak a life into you. Oh, and you're on your side, you're full of anything. Your past does not have to be your present. And I think that's the first step to moving past and letting go of hurts people may feel. So yes, your past is not your present. It is not. It is just not. I must look so crazy to anyone who's watching me. I hope there's nobody around, y'all. This is like the low-key spiritual side of my personality, and I like to think the deeper side of my personality that actually thinks and tries to analyze things and tries to think outside of the box. I don't know if you guys will accept that, but I honestly want to be authentic to you guys on this channel. I don't want to just, hey, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. I want to talk to you guys. I want, to go back and forth with you guys about different things, what you may be experiencing, what I may be experiencing. Build a community. So yeah, let's go on to the 6th one. Sorry about the sounds of the birds, by the way. Hopefully it's not too loud or distracting for you guys. The 6th one, seek your passion and not the approval of society. It took me so long to learn this. Do not, I'm gonna clap my hands. I'm gonna get real serious and I'm gonna put my leg down and I'm gonna cross them too. Come. Do not seek the approval of society. That was offbeat. Yes. Do not seek the approval of society. For the longest time, I didn't even know I was doing it. But like I said, you come into this world, your parents teach you there's societal norms, and society says do this to be successful, do that to be successful, go to school, do this, do that, do this, do that. And you growing up in life, you're like, this is what I gotta do to be successful. You're not thinking, or even if you try to think, you're not really taking the time to sit down and get to know yourself and say, boy, what's my passion in life? What do I love? What fills my heart with joy? Most of us do not do that. And when you're in high school, boy, I tell you, they sure do put a lot of pressure on a little 17/18-year-old. Like, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Like, why are you really trying to tell me at 17-18 years old when I'm just literally still in puberty? I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my body. This, that. Now you're trying to tell me on top of that, now I have to decide what I want to do with the rest of my life. I don't even know what a life is at that point. Like, how am I supposed to tell you, being so young, what it is that I like and what I see myself doing for the rest of my life? I think that's way too much pressure on our teens, our youth. Is way too much. It's way too much. So most teens, they just choose to go along with what society says is successful, what society says they should do. You know, go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, go be an engineer, you know, go be a nurse. They don't stop to think, all right, what's my talent? You know, what do I love? You know, you don't really stop to consider that. You're all about getting your grades, trying to prove yourself as worthy to be accepted into someone's company and work for somebody until you can retire. No. What's your passion? Forget about society, because you're the one who's living your life. Society's not up in your household at nighttime, up in your bed. They're not. They're at their own house, living their own lives. So don't care about what society says or society thinks. You're the one who has to live your life. Don't do something you hate to make it seem like you're up there, you're okay. You get the approval of society. Don't be an accountant if you don't want to be an accountant. Don't be a doctor if you don't want to be a doctor. Don't be a lawyer if you don't want to be a lawyer. It doesn't matter where you come from, what religion you are. At the end of the day, your life is your life. You do with your life what you want to do. If your parents are telling you to do one thing, at the end of the day, it's your choice. And if you choose to listen to them and hold yourself back from what you truly love, that is your choice. You cannot blame them. You cannot blame them or blame anybody for a decision you made. That kind of ties into if you don't make a decision, you're making a decision. If you choose to live your life through the lens of someone else and what someone else wants for you, you will never be happy. Especially when it's society. Look at society. Look at what's going on in society. You live for you first, and you only. Number 7. Now, I've always heard this saying, always, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it too. But it's not until recently where, and to an extent, I understand the term, but it's not until recently I really realized it. Number 7, love yourself first before you start trying to love someone else. Or you cannot love someone else until you love yourself. That goes without saying, but it has to be said, because even though we hear it and we know it, we do not apply it. Isn't that crazy? We don't apply it. You first have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. You cannot seek validation from other people to be okay with you. Man, when I tell you it took me so long to really understand that, and I'm still in the midst of understanding that, and me even doing this and talking to you guys like this is me coming to the understanding and showing that I'm loving me first. Like, if you like me or you don't, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. What does it benefit me to know that you don't like me? If you don't like me, go to the left, go to the right. You could even fly up there too if you have wings. I don't know, but it makes no difference to me, because at the end of the day, I still have to go on breathing and I still have to go on living. So love yourself, because when people see that you do not love yourself, guess what? You don't set boundaries, right? And when you don't set boundaries because you are, I'm not going to say desperate, but you are in need and you are in want of validation from others, you'll drop your boundaries because you want their acceptance. You want them to say you're enough, you're okay. So you drop those boundaries, and once you do, people lose respect for you. They'll just treat you any kind of way, any kind of way. Here, take this, like that. They don't care. If you let them, if you allow them, they will. They will. So you have to put your foot down, and you have to let people know, this is what I will and I will not accept. I love me first. Not you, me. You know, when you go on a plane, right? What do they tell you? Put on your mask first before you help another person. You first have to secure yourself, love yourself to the utmost, to the top of the mountain, before you can love someone else. And if someone sees that you're loving yourself to the tip top, they cannot come in with 5%. It just doesn't work like that. You're gonna want them to match you. Match me at 100, baby. Match me where it's an equal give and take. Love yourself first, because you come first before anything. Before anything. Number 8, be your biggest cheerleader and biggest advocate. So, no one's gonna cheer you on like you can cheer on yourself. At the end of the day, you should be your biggest cheerleader, not someone else. Yeah, it's good when someone motivates you and says, you know, girl, go do this, go do that. You're so amazing, you're so good, you're so talented. But as much as someone can speak or try to speak life into you, you first have to speak life into yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest fan. You know, when people say, I'm your biggest fan. Nah, you yourself gotta be your own biggest fan. You are the leader of the fan page. You know what I mean? Cheer yourself on. Give yourself affirmations. Say affirmations. Think positively, not negatively. Instead of seeing the glass half empty, see it half full. So yes, cheer yourself on, and you'll be unstoppable, because you'll constantly have someone who's always on your side, and that someone is yourself. What more do you need but yourself on your side? You can go so far, so far. It's crazy. The other thing that goes along with that is advocate for yourself. Now in nursing, they talk about advocating for the patient, you know, standing up for them, telling what they need, what they don't need, what's best for them, in your opinion, or what's not best. You know, stick up for them, especially when there are things that are not supposed to be happening. But now, in real life, in your life, you need to advocate for yourself. If you see someone not treating you how you should be treated, or just not being nice to you, don't just sit there. Say it, even if it means you have to end a relationship because it's not right for you, or you're just not in that place anymore, or you're just being disrespected to where you just cannot, and the issue cannot be resolved. You need to advocate for yourself. Never sit down and take anything from anyone, no matter who they are. Stand up for yourself, advocate for yourself, whether it be work, home, or whatever. You come first, like I've been saying this whole thing. Because if you do not advocate for yourself first, who's going to advocate for you? Most people nowadays will not stand up for you. They won't put their neck out for you. Most of the time, you have to put your neck out for yourself. You have to be like, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. And I'm going to take it because it's mine. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you have to advocate for yourself. You have to speak up for yourself. Closed mouths do not get fed, you know? Alright, let's go into the next one. I kind of already spoke about this one a little bit above, and I kind of went into this one. But number 9 is, as much as you would love to believe that happiness brings change, that is not the case. Hurt and pain bring change. Like I said, most changes that we see happen to people where someone makes a significant life change is caused by hurt. It's not caused by happiness most of the time. It's caused by hurt. That hurt makes you just sit down, and it makes you just reevaluate every little thing you said, every word and every choice. And it makes you say, I'm not going to tolerate this pain anymore. Something has to change. As simple as that. Not everything is meant to hurt us. You know, some things are meant to teach us. As long as it doesn't kill you. The mosquitoes are killing me, by the way, and I'm allergic to them. As long as it doesn't kill you, you're good. You're good. You're good. I promise. As long as you're still alive, you're good. Absolutely good. I kind of already mentioned number 10 as well, and that is when you die alone. So that is why it is so important that you live for you and only for you. Yes, care about your family. Yes, help your family. But at the end of the day, you're the one who should come first. Because how are you gonna help your mom or your dad if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're drinking, you're using substances to cope? No, 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 no. Or putting people before yourself. So you'll go out of your way for someone who wouldn't even give you a cup of water. Understand that to help anyone else, you have to come first. So that means living for you. Because at the end of the day, if you get hurt, you're the one feeling it, right? I can come hold your hand and I can comfort you as much as I can, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's feeling it. As much as I can say, oh my goodness, I feel so sorry, you know, you're the one who's feeling it, not me. So understand that when you die alone. Live this life for you and live it to the fullest. Do what you want to do. Treat people as you want to be treated, and everything should be good. Oh, and also reach for your goals and follow your passions. Everything I said, everything. Yes. I don't know, guys. I hope that wasn't too long. I hope I didn't bore you. I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, really, because that's basically what I do when I'm out here, when I'm in my car. Usually I'm in my car. That's like really my low-key chill spot. I'm out here because it's such nice weather, and now it's like 4 in the morning and I look really weird with all this equipment here. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm low-key happy we had this talk. It feels like you're right here with me because I've just, yeah, it's good. It's good energy. I like your energy, and I hope you like my energy. And I hope you come back to my channel. I hope you stay tuned for more. And I hope you guys let me know what you want to see. I'm just gonna be posting a bunch of random things because honestly, I'm random. I like a lot of things, and I don't see why I should be held back by choose one thing. No, I'm a lot of things in one. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys another time. Bye. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.